Okay, I'm watching a new show, and I feel like I never talk about my shows on the podcast. Like, I'm so music dominant. I'm trying to change that this year. So I'm watching High Potential. I'm only on episode 3, and they're eating. This is episode 3. Dirty, Rotten Scoundrel. They're eating. Can I also just say, I love that new eating her nachos. Reheating up the nachos, like, I love that. Anyway, and it's a show about a cleaning lady who cleans the high crimes unit or something like that, or the homicide unit, and not the homicide. I don't know. She's cleaning the unit, let's just say in the FBI, and she ends up helping to solve the crime. And then, they take her on. And let me just say, I do not be watching crime stuff. I don't listen to crime podcasts. I know that's huge. I don't watch crime TV, but I like this show. Let me just say, I like this show. I do. It's like so wholesome. She has like a teenage daughter who gets on my nerves, because if you watched it, she was joking with her mom, but like, is the worst thing that's going to happen is I'll end up being a 30-year-old single mom who's a fake cop. I'm like, how you gonna shade your mom when y'all were literally just poor? Y'all just getting out the poorhouse. Like, her mom just got the car out the shop and she was begging her mom to get it. Now she got some money. You calling her a fake cop? I mean, I guess. If that's the camaraderie, whatever. Also, this reminds me of Jenny and Georgia. And actually, as I say that, I do have some show stuff. Go watch it. I'm going to link it in here, because that's coming back too this summer. And baby, when it comes back, when Jenny and Georgia come back, I'm seated. Matter of fact, I may need to rewatch the whole thing. I may need to just rewatch the whole thing. That is a good show. I love a show that makes me laugh, cry, like drama, unpredictable. Baby, Jenny and George, y'all got that. Y'all, yeah. Anyway, High Potential, and I don't know where I was with this, but I'm gonna just say, I don't watch a lot of crime shows. I watch a lot of happy rom-coms. I don't even like action, y'all. I do not like action. I mean, I'll watch it. I love black stories. I just started the other day or yesterday. I stayed up till today I stayed up till like 1 a.m. I stayed up till 1 a.m. because I was watching Sly Lives on Hulu. And let me tell you, that is a Questlove directed documentary. That's his documentary. He also has a documentary on a festival. Like, he found the files, and it was just, oh my gosh, the lineup was once in a lifetime, and they finally found the tapes. So he did a documentary on that. That's also on Hulu. Let me get the name of it. And it won an Oscar. So Questlove is like 2 for 2. And Summer of Soul, or When the Revolution Could Not Be Televised. Oh, that is an amazing documentary. And I'm telling you, he is doing it again with this Sly Stone documentary. It's beautiful. And you know what? I really do recommend that for Black History Month. Viewing. Of course, would be, it's Black 24/7, 365 around here. But if you are curious about Black culture or African American culture, like Southern culture, Western Black, like, it's just so many angles. And oh my gosh, it's called Sly Lives, The Burden of Black Genius. And can we just start there? Black Genius. He had a part where he asked people, and it's like D'Angelo, the people from the band. He got some good people in here. 21 Savage is in here, I think. I could be wrong, but I feel like I saw him. I don't know. Let me not lie. But, Andre 3000. Andre 3000. And, really good. And I know all these songs that I'm seeing, like, the making of, but I'm like, that's him. And I also didn't know he was really a Black genius. He played so many instruments. He was crossing genres during a time where people didn't even want white and black people together. He was doing house. He was doing country. He was doing folk. Like he was writing songs and producing people. And they talked about like how kind he was, how like he was always so patient producing people. Cause there's a song, y'all gonna have to watch the documentary, but the band talks about how they were like so unpolished, I guess, and like they didn't really know what they were doing. But he got in there, baby. Yeah, they had a top number one hit the next year, the next album. So it's just, I love stuff like this. I love, like, speaking of Black Genius, Toni Morrison also has a documentary that's on Hulu. And that is just a beautiful documentary. Like, honestly, I feel so nerdy. I feel so nerdy because I have always loved documentaries. And the more I have, and I do the Bookstagram, follow us, y'all, at Very Much Reading on Insta. The more I do, I'm more active. I'm showing my books and everything, or like just talking about the books that I'm reading or my favorites. I read a lot of nonfiction, and it's like, I just love it. I love learning about people's lives. I love it. I talked yesterday. I did the love song in the book, and it was Soon As I Get Home by Faith Evans. Which, again, shout out to Black History Month. But again, we do this all year round, but it is humbling to like witness, like to just, celebrate Black History Month. It is Valentine's Day also, so happy Valentine's Day. If you wanted to know how my day was, it was amazing, baby. It was amazing. Let me just start from the top, y'all. Again, I stayed up till 1 a.m. And let me get up because I need to like start cooking. I stayed up till 1 a.m. Let me put this in the fridge. I stayed up till 1 a.m. watching this documentary. Went to bed. I've been on myself about like waking up early. Like, let me just say, I'm disciplined. Yeah. Yeah. And it's so interesting. I'm editing the new job testimony now. And it's like, I am such a different person. And isn't that hilarious? Because from the I do not wish my enemies well, like, I was kind of grieving past versions of myself, but looking at the new job testimony, just me reflecting on my story and like everything that these few years have been, and like being such in a space now where I am just so at peace. I am so peaceful. I have joy. I have joy, and like I'm growing in a really good way. And I'm happy. Like, I really am. I really am. And I really had to like cry some tears today because I've just been extremely disciplined. Like, this has been the first week all year. And it's been my goal all year. Even from last year, this was a goal that I brought over because I was like, no, if I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I was like, I want to post at least 3 times a week on all of my platforms, which, if you know anything about being a social media manager, if you know anything about being a marketing person, if you know anything about being just a content strategist, a marketing girly, whatever the case, if you know anything about marketing or even just like creating, that's a lot of fucking energy. That's not easy. And I'm kind of on myself now because I feel like I've been kind of just getting into the flow of things. And sorry, y'all know I bounce all around. I've been getting into the flow of things because, like, not to be corny or nothing, but I just feel like with everything I just came out of a season. So I'm absolutely coming out of last year. Like, this is my year. This is my year. I am showing up fully. I am showing up, and I'm going to be consistent. And I'm going to get better, and I'm going to hit the goals that I say I want to hit. I'm going to learn. I've been doing this program where I have a mentor, and I've never had a design mentor because I talk about how everything I do is like self-taught. And even with the marketing stuff, I ended up being paired with an amazing woman, and like God knew, because she was literally telling me her story. Just to share a small bit of it, she saw that like we have similar things in common. Like, she saw that I had recently like broke off an engagement and she was recently divorced. And from that alone, she's had fun employment periods. She's created her own business. She is like strategically and uniquely in her own lane. And I was like, this is the perfect match. This is the perfect match if I ever saw one. And let me also say, and I hope this is not doing too much, but I really think it's a testimony of just how God moves, because I applied for this program and technically the deadline had passed. Technically the deadline had passed. It was a day, they had extended it. And I was seeing this again one day later. I applied as soon as possible, but I was seeing it the day after it was due. And I saw, went down post and they was like, oh, not this date, but like 2 weeks later. I was like, how did I not see this? So anyway, I went and applied and I was like, I think I may have even written like, hey, I know I'm a little late, but I'm really interested. I don't know, but or just prayed over it. But they hit me back immediately and they were like, oh, you were accepted. I was like, what? And so I'm doing that. And I don't even know how I got there, but oh yeah, I'm learning. This is the year where it's just like, I am being serious about my goals. I just truly am. And of course, always pray for protection, always pray for alignment, praying for rest, because I'm going to get into what I'm about to get into. But yeah, this week was just the first week where it's just one of those weeks where I was like, wow, I did what I said I was going to do. And that feels amazing. And I feel like I've just kind of been going through the motions, kind of adjusting and finding my bearings. But it's like, I did it. I finally did it. And I'm so thankful, because this week has not been easy. But I'm just grateful to be growing. Anyway, starting with my day. Watch a documentary at 1 a.m. Got up, set my alarm for 8. And this is the funny thing. And I will have y'all know, if y'all wanted an update from the I Do Not Wish My Enemies Well episode, I have continued to set that boundary that my phone does not come into my bedroom. Like, I've created more tech-free time, and it's so intentional. It is so intentional. And I love it. I love that I'm like, even me being disciplined in that, I'm like, what? I'm just like, I'm loving how I've been showing up. I do love it. I truly love to see it, because I'm working really hard. I'm getting better, and like, I'm just on the up and up. Like, oh, God protect me. God, keep it going. Like, keep doing your big one. Like, I also have some other amazing news to share, but we ain't even gonna start there. Like, yeah, I remember I said I was happy and I'm in a place of joy and peace. Like, oh, it feels so good. It feels so amazing. I cannot thank God anymore for like the peace that has come into my life. And just how I'm able to just keep progressing and getting better. But anyway, set my alarm for 8. I end up waking up around 7. Mind you, today's Valentine's Day. One of my favorite holidays. Hands down. Sorry. Not sorry. Like, I love Valentine's Day. I have always loved Valentine's Day from being a kid. My parents would get me Valentines. And elementary school, changing the Valentines. What? Absolutely. To, even in college, like, I don't know. I have always loved Valentine's Day. It seems like Valentine's Day has always been like the best day ever type vibes. Like, I have memories of like being in high school, and it was Valentine's Day. I was a junior, and it was like 80 degrees in February. And it was also like picture day or class picture day. I'm like, was this club pictures? Oh, I probably took my SGA pics. I don't know. I do have a yearbook. I think I have my yearbook from 10th grade. I don't know. So I say all that to say is like, because it was Valentine's Day, we could wear pink. And so we took our very like permanent pictures in pink. And I was like, this eats. And then again, even in college, like, I've always like, I went to Towson. I lived in Tower B. I would cook like chocolate covered strawberries. I would make chocolate covered strawberries. Like, I would go to the Union store or whatever it's called and get like all of the Valentine's Day shirts. Like, what? And then being a teacher, oh yeah, I was seated. What? Just so pure, so beautiful. Like, Valentine's Day is the best. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm not, and you don't got nothing to do with Cupid. It don't got nothing to do with none of that. It's just like, it's just has always been a good day. I don't know. We wearing pink and red. We just talking about love. We saying happy Valentine's Day. What? Yeah. And so today I wake up earlier than my alarm because the sun is just shining so bright. The sun is just shining so bright. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm up. And, I start brushing my teeth, start getting ready. Then I was like, actually, I'm going back to bed. And did. And absolutely did. And let me tell you, that was some of the best sleep I have ever, I woke up from that little nappy nap. I woke up from that nap rejuvenated, okay? Rejuvenated. And so, I start work. I have a meeting. I have something to do. I knock it out. I'm just present, doing what I got to do. And I ended up getting this document that I really needed, getting this information that I really needed for another step in my project. And I was like, oh yes, what? I did not expect that person to reply. Yeah, the timeline happens so much quicker. I was like, oh my gosh, yay. And then I'm sitting there working. I love letting sunlight into my house. Open up my blinds and I'm looking at somebody delivering flowers to my door. I'm like, huh? For me? For me? Flowers? And so I'm like, oh yeah, huh? What's up? Get the flowers. They told me who it's from. And I'm going to ask her permission. I'm going to ask their permission to share it. If they say I can share it, I'll share it. And then I'll edit this out. But they were like, oh yeah, from Shirley. I was like, oh wow. I was so happy. I was also thinking today, I love fresh flowers. And I was kind of pruning mine. And I'm just trying to make them last. Because again, I love flowers. But I'm and I wanted to get some. But y'all know during Valentine's Day, and I don't mind going in for myself. But during Valentine's Day, they be acting crazy with them flowers. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go tomorrow. It's not even a big deal. I'm just I can get something really small. And honestly, my flowers are doing okay. So I was like, okay, let it go. But I got this beautiful bouquet of flowers, y'all, from my friend. And she literally, I just started crying because I was like, this is so beautiful. It just was such a beautiful surprise. I just did not expect that. It just was the best surprise ever. It literally was the best. And, and Shirley, if you're listening, girl, thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Can I just say, it's just something about thoughtfulness. It is just something about intentional thoughtfulness and just consideration. And it's huge to me. And I'm just so thankful that she sent those. But I don't even it can be big or small to somebody. But you just never know how it would affect them, the person on the receiving end. Just being thoughtful, a thoughtful gesture, it has such a huge return. And it's just it's nothing like it. And so got those flowers. So already literally day was made. I'm crying because I'm she don't even know, this is and maybe she does, or I don't know, what made her do that. We'll chat. But this is actually the first Valentine's Day I've spent single in a long time. I don't even know if I want to say the year. I don't know. I don't know. In a long time. And it is what it is. I have so much going on. It's just oh, okay, yeah. But again, I love Valentine's Day. So I'm going up regardless. And I'm about to stop chatting because I'm about to cook my little meal, my 3-course meal, okay? And I've been, again, learning and growing and just in a good space. But it's still a fact, though. And I'm trying not to, I'm just allowing myself to be okay, well, yeah, we can acknowledge it. Not too much, but we can acknowledge. Because it's a fact. And yeah, so again, also had no problem with getting my own anything, but the fact that she sent those, like, oh, that's just like the most beautiful thing in the world. Like, okay, I'm not gonna get emotional right here, right now, but yeah, I cried. I cried, okay? And then I went on to got off work, started like editing the podcast. Like, I need to do a documentary about editing podcasts. Cause I don't know how y'all is doing it. I don't know. I'm getting there, but I do not know how y'all are doing it. And going back to my goals for the year, I also have a goal to also have a certain amount of like YouTube videos I want to publish. And so I'm like, gotta do it. And it's like, I've been doing it. And just that realization that like I hit that milestone of like 3 for each. Like I've always said it's always seemed so simple, but like I actually really did it. So just proud of myself. And even today, like I committed myself to doing a graphic, which I need to do more graphics. And that's also going back to my mentorship is concerning that. And so it's like, everything is just connecting so beautifully. Yeah. So beautifully. So anyway, worked at that. I was supposed to be done around 6:30. I didn't finish till like 7:22. I was like, you know what? I'll take it. Cause just again felt so proud. Like was proud of just what I've accomplished, and it looked good. And I haven't done graphics in a while. I'd be so focused on reels, but I'm about to go back to my roots because I actually used a template that I used from Thank Me Later for that. Cause I was about to create something new. I said, and it still took over 2 hours to do. Cause I had a certain time to edit, and then again editing. I'm only 15 minutes in, and it is an hour and 44 minutes, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I don't know if I'm gonna do a part 1. Hey y'all, next video, part 2. Like that shit seems long. I didn't even realize I was talking that long. I feel like I still have so much to edit. Anyway, so yeah, get that done. Then I'm like, okay, I committed myself to cook myself dinner and, to have fun. And went to the grocery store. I just ate a little bit. I'm sitting down. I'm about to get up. It is 9:30. But y'all already know how I do, so it is what it is. We gonna eat. But yeah, I was just sitting down, and that brings me back to High Potential. So I say all that to say it has been a great day. I'm watching High Potential, and it is a really good show. It's a really good show, and I'm really not into the crime, murder type, and I will turn it off at night. It won't be the last thing I watch. I'll have to like watch like Modern Family or something because I need some light. I need some light. Okay. It's a cute show and it's been going along, but they really just wrote me in season 1, episode 3, because the suspect they were chasing pulled a knife on him, and he was like, hey, behind you. Hey, don't shoot him, right? Like he was talking to somebody behind him, but it was nobody. He just wanted to trick him. And he knocked his ass out. I was like, whoa. Yeah, it's the guy that plays Monet's first husband or baby father, I think. Yeah, Diana and them dad. He plays their dad on, or Zeke's dad. Okay, I'm remembering. Yeah, he's Zeke's dad. He's in this. So, he did that. So, I'm about to finish this episode and then cook my dinner. And I hope that y'all are enjoying your Valentine's Day and that it's everything you want it to be. I hope that everybody had an amazing day and just felt loved on, felt valued, felt seen, felt peace, felt adored, and felt respected. And yeah, I just hope that everybody had the best day ever, because I did. And so what Auntie Tab say, if you can't have a good day, Don't you go messing up nobody else's. So, anyway, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Make sure you follow the podcast. I recorded some songs. So the graphic was songs for every V-Day mood. And so I did a hopelessly romantic playlist, and I gave the songs. I did a hopelessly romantic. I did crushing. I did getting some cutty. Because I just finished watching Atlanta. And then yearning. And so, yeah, I like this. Again, I miss doing graphics. But anyway, toodaloo. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Bye. Also, I meant to tell y'all, I officially have a new football team. Okay, you may have heard of them. They're called the Philadelphia Eagles. And so it's complete now, I feel. I have a favorite football team and I have a favorite basketball team. My basketball team is, drumroll, the New York Knicks. I love them, okay? And you know what? For the girlies who may or may not be into sports, I feel like we are in such a good era of also like Angel Reese and Flau'jae. And that's my girl. I don't care what y'all say. That is my girl. She be killing it. I saw her at Essence Fest last year. Or the year before last. But Asia Wilson, y'all don't give me the lion. I do. I know him I know him more by face. But they are really killing the game. The WNBA is the most watched. And I love to see it. And, you know, so in the spirit of things, I went to, and I've always watched basketball, whatever the case may be. But long story short, I went to a Knicks game at Madison Square Garden because I was in New York. They were playing the Lakers. So it was them and LeBron. And I got some good tickets. I got them off of Twitter, okay? Actually, I can do some stories about tickets. Honestly, watching this episode, season 3, did I speak too soon? Because why did they have that man under a fake spoiler? Why did they have that man in front of a fake Colorado mountains talking about, bye, mom, I got the job. Talking about, I got the job, mom. I'm not going to be able to stop by anymore. That was wild that they did that. That was wild.